Officer, I wonder if I could ask you to go and remind Lieutenant Mancuso that I am really trying to get to my sister's wedding.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have you finished making your statement?
Oh, no. The interviewing detective has to officially release me, and he wants me to go and look at mug shots in a minute. I'm never going to get to the wedding on time. How about you?
What about me?
Well, have they finished questioning you yet?
Oh, yes, yeah. I told them what little I know.
What do you know about this, Leo, really?
Nothing. I'm as much in the dark about what happened today as you are.
Look, this was not a bizarre accident. And it certainly wasn't a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Leo, please. Be honest with me. Tell me what you know about Linda and these men that kidnapped me.
It's a small world after all. Da, 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 da. There. The first cut Tina makes must be at the exact location of the detonator wire. And then it's a small, small world. Yeah.
Candy, are you going to the church for the wedding?
Well, yes. In fact, I've got to get up to that carriage house and change right away, don't I? Or I might miss the ceremony. Please, see to it that nobody touches that gate.
Nothing's gonna happen, so don't worry.
Well, I want you to see to it. I'm counting on you.
Now where are you going?
It's shorter this way. Bye.
And the way she goes on about this cake, you think it'd explode if you so much as looked at it cross-eyed.
Maybe we should wait a minute or so.
But they've already started.
But I don't want Viki to miss this, and she's going to be here any second.
Look, you and Cord have waited long enough to experience the happiness that today is going to bring you. So just get on down the aisle there and start living happily ever after. Okay?
Out of bed?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm leaving.
No, you are not. The doctor left strict instructions that you are to have at least one more full day of rest. Now give me that and get in that bed.
Brenda, I feel fine.
Oh, right. Famous last words. Christine, you suffered a very serious head injury, you understand?
It was a bump.
A bump. A bump that left you unconscious for several hours and one that caused you to have surgery. Some bump.
Well, I'm awake now and I feel fine, so why do I have to stay here?
Because you may feel fine now, but it's very possible that you could suffer some serious side effects from this, all right?
So if I do, I'll come back.
You might not be able to.
Brenda, I have got to get out of here.
All right. All right, come here. Come here. Just sit down just for a minute first and tell me what it is that's got you in such a hurry to get out of here.
I have to think for a while.
Well, can't you think here? I mean, that way I can come in and check on you every once in a while and make sure you're doing okay.
Why should you care how I'm doing? Nobody else seems to.
Well, that's not true. Your father,
I don't want to
has
talk
been...
about my father.
Leo's been very concerned.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He's been concerned, Christine, that you might be suffering some sort of psychological trauma from all this.
He actually said psychological trauma.
Well, he said something like that.
Leave it to good old Dad to reduce what he did to me to a clinical cliche.
Well, what did he do to you that has you in such a hurry that you're willing to risk your life to go out there and think, huh?
What does it matter? You're not going to let me go anyway.
Does it have something to do with some kind of lie your dad was telling me about?
Brenda, it wasn't a lie. It's an entire lifetime of deception.
I can only think it was some kind of bizarre coincidence. We shouldn't read more into this than the facts we have in hand.
All right, Leo, let's look at the facts then, shall we? You know, an awful lot of unusual, odd things have happened to me in my life. And this, what happened to me today, ranks right up there in the top 10. This kidnapping was an exact reenactment of the way Nicky Smith was kidnapped 25 years ago. Somebody who looked exactly like my father and somebody who looked exactly like Larry Wallach and Madison Barnes walk into the White Lion Tavern while I am dancing with you and forcibly take me out of there. Now, doesn't that smell like a setup to you?
I must admit he did look remarkably like your father.
And Larry and Madison Barnes. Come on, it was very carefully planned. The question is why? Why would someone go to such lengths to make me think that history is repeating itself? I mean, what are they after?
Ransom money?
No, that man, the tall one who looked like my father, he told me that what they wanted was information from me. And that's another thing. Why would they take me back to Nicky Smith's old apartment of all strange places to go to? I mean, what is going on? Who is behind this?
Did you voice these questions to the officer that took down your statement?
No, of course not. I can't do that. I thought about it, and then I realized, I mean, it's just all too strange. Besides, it's much too complicated to explain.
I agree. We should let the police handle it. They'll track down these lunatics, and then we'll know.
Did they ask you if you recognized any of those men?
Yes, they did.
Well, did you recognize them?
No, I've never seen any of them before in my life.
Well, what about this Linda Donovan? Are you sure you've told me everything you know about her?
Absolutely. We all became friends at the White Lion Tavern years ago, and you and she became especially close. That's why I thought she might be able to fill in some of the gaps in your past.
Yeah, well, it's obvious to me that someone is working very hard to make sure that my past came full circle today. And I want to know why.
Oh, dear Lord.
What?
I think I know who is responsible for your kidnapping.
Isn't it beautiful?
All weddings are beautiful.
Oh, but a double ceremony, I think it makes things twice as meaningful.
And twice as blessed. Asa never looked happier. And Tina, well, she never looked lovelier.
Witness and bless the joining together of these men and these women in holy matrimony. The bond and covenant of marriage was established by God in his infinite wisdom, and Holy Scripture commends it to be honored among all people. The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for their mutual joy, for the help and comfort given one another in prosperity and adversity, and when it is God's will, for the procreation of children and their nurture in the knowledge and love of the Lord. Therefore, marriage is not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently, deliberately, and in accordance with the purposes for which it is established by God. Will you, Renee, have this man, and you, Tina, will you have this man to be your husband to live together in the covenant of marriage, will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Will you, Asa, have this woman? And you, Cord, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Will those witnessing these promises do all in their power to uphold these people in their marriage?
No.
Let us pray. O gracious and ever-living God, look mercifully upon these people who come to you seeking your wisdom, and assist them with your grace, that with true fidelity and steadfast love, they may honor and keep the vows and promises they make, through thine everlasting glory.
All right, just calm down.
How can I calm down when my father's been lying to me ever since I can remember?
Well, do you want to tell me what this lie's all about?
He told me that my mother died when I was a baby. Well, she's alive and she's living in Llanview.
In Llanview?
My father purposely kept us apart. He deprived me of a mother's love, my own mother's love, for 25 years.
Did your mother know that you existed?
No, but that doesn't excuse what he did.
No, I'm not saying that it does, but he may have had a very good reason, you know.
Oh, Brenna, You know, I've been lying here ever since I found out, and I can't come up with anything. I don't know how I feel. I can't even put two thoughts together that make sense.
Well, I think I just did, and it makes a great deal of sense.
What?
Well, you know, when you were unconscious and we didn't know if you were going to make it through, your father was here with Viki Buchanan, and I thought, well, you know, she's just here because of an employee. And then I saw how distraught she was, and I was a little puzzled about it, but I'm not puzzled anymore. She's your mother, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, no. I'm Nicky Smith's child. See, my father and Nicky met in New York 25 years ago, and they were lovers, and she got pregnant. But before she gave birth to me, she disappeared.
And that's why Viki didn't know that she had a daughter.
And that's why this mess has turned into a nightmare. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah. Well, I know it's hard for you. I mean, here you've been raised and you've thought your mother was dead, and then you find out that she's alive. But listen, that is no reason for you to turn your back on it and not face the problem, especially when it's Viki Buchanan. She is such a wonderful woman, Christine. And she is warm, and she is caring, and she is gentle. And if I were you, I would just feel like the luckiest girl in the world to have her for my mama.
You know who's behind it?
I think so.
Who?
Linda.
Linda Donovan?
Yes. You see, when I first spoke with her about the possibility of getting together with you, she was very cool about it. She said she didn't have the time. And then within 1 hour, she had called me back and said, yes, she'd be delighted to see her old friend, Nicky Smith. In fact, she couldn't wait to see you. Now, what do you suppose changed her mind within that 1 hour?
I don't know. Maybe
Yes,
she...
yes, go on. Maybe what?
Oh, I see. Oh, you think that sometime during that time she put two and two together and figured out who I am?
Yes, precisely. Now, I know that Linda has been down on her luck recently. Now, she must have been desperate enough to risk holding you for ransom.
But I distinctly remember that man telling me they wanted information.
Of course, information that only you would know, so that when they asked for the ransom money, your family would believe that it was you they were holding captive.
Yes. I suppose you could be right. Did you tell the detective who questioned you all this?
No, I only just put it together in my head now.
Come on.
Where are we going?
Well, I have to go and look at mugshots, and I think that you should tell the detectives everything you've just told me, and then maybe, with any luck, we will get out of here and get back to Llanview in time at least for the reception.
Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or begrudging. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrong, but rejoices in the right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Bless, O Lord, these rings to be a sign of the vows by which these men and women have bound themselves to each other. Repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For better, for worse. For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
To love, to cherish, until death do us part.
You may take up the ring. Repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
And so, faith, hope, and love abide. But the greatest of these is love.
Have a seat, Linda.
Look, can't we drop the act?
I prefer not using your real name, especially in public. This includes a bonus for calling me when Leo decided to play hero.
10,000?
I make it a habit to be generous to loyal employees.
If you're this generous to Leo, I don't understand why he's giving you such a hard time.
Well, don't worry, I'll handle Leo. I want you to understand that this is to be our last meeting, and I expect you to leave town immediately.
I've already bought my airline tickets.
Good. Well, you played your part beautifully. Thank you.
Anytime, Mr. Grand. Anytime at all.
Don't get me wrong, Brenda. I mean, I really admire Viki Buchanan for all of her achievements and as a newspaper woman, and we really related on that level, you know? But when I found out that she's my mother, I don't know how to behave. I don't know what's expected of me. Was I supposed to just open up my arms to her and accept her and forget about the woman that I thought was my mother all along?
Yeah, but Christine, that woman never existed.
In my heart, she did.
But don't you have room in your heart for Viki?
It's not that easy.
Well, I know that, but can't you try?
I don't know. I need to go somewhere. I need to be alone to figure out how I want Viki Buchanan to fit into my life. Or even if I do.
Can I say something here?
Sure.
Christine, I think you are making a big mistake if you don't give Viki a chance to be in your life.
But it's all happened so fast. I mean, one day I don't have a mother, and the next day I do.
Well, how do you think Viki feels? I mean, this is all really new to her, too.
What does she want from me?
Well, I don't think she expects any miracles from you. And I don't think that you should expect any from her either. I mean, love is not something that you just turn on and off like a light switch. It's something that even between a mother and a child, it takes time. You have to develop it and you have to nurture it a little bit.
You really think I'm running away?
Yeah, I do. I think you're trying to hold on to some fantasy. But if you pass up on this love, you could be passing up on the only opportunity that you're gonna have to get your mother, your real mother, into your life. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not that easy.
Well, I know it's not. But you'll give it some thought, you understand? Okay. And I want you to stay in this bed.
Okay.
All right. And get a little rest, and I'll check on you later. Okay.
Thank you.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
Repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
To love and to cherish until death do us part.
Now that Asa and Renee and Cord and Tina have given themselves to each other by solemn vows, with the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of a ring, I pronounce that they are husband and wife. We ask, O Lord, that they may become one in heart and soul, live in fidelity and peace, and obtain those eternal joys prepared for all who love you. This above all else, whosoever God has joined together, let no one put asunder. Most gracious and ever-living God, we thank you for your tender love and for consecrating the union of man and woman in thy name. May their love for each other be as a seal upon their hearts, a mantle about their shoulders, and a crown upon their foreheads. Send your blessings upon these your servants, that they may so love, honor, and cherish each other in faithfulness and patience, in wisdom and true godliness, and that their home may be a haven of blessing and grace. May God bless, preserve, and keep you, that you may faithfully live together in this life, and in the age to come, have life everlasting. Amen. You may now kiss the bride.
My dear Miss Parsons, this is for a job well done.
Thank you, Mr. Graham.
I appreciate your efforts in finding Leo, but more especially, I appreciate your convincing the Buchanans that you were Nicky Smith's social worker. Unfortunately, I don't have any need for your services any longer. So I think it best if you forget that you ever knew me.
Whatever you say, Mr. Grant.
Who?
Oh, that's right. I don't know you, do I?
Two ships passing in the night. Well, goodbye, Miss Parsons, and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Viki,
Yes.
you seem a million miles away, or at least far beyond the horizon.
Well, I was thinking about the future, Christine.
Oh, anything in particular?
Yes. I don't want Christine to feel in any way pushed to become too close too quickly. At the same time, I don't want her to feel that I'm deliberately staying away from her.
It's a very fine line to walk, I know.
Yes, it is. One step too far in either direction. Leo.
Yes?
I was thinking I'd like to invite Christine to recuperate at Llanfair, if it's all right with you.
It would mean a lot to you, wouldn't it?
It would, yes, a great deal.
Well, if that's what she wants to do, it's fine with me.
Thank you. If she does want to, if she accepts, then please know that you're welcome to visit her any time at all. I don't ever want to come between you and Christine.
Thank you. There was a time when I was pretty worried about that. But now it's the farthest thing from my mind.
I'm very glad to hear that. Of course, none of this can be resolved until I talk to Christine, and as I said before, I don't want to pressure her into anything, so whatever she decides, I will simply abide by it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our final landing approach.
Oh, well, good. You've made very good time. I guess I will make it to the reception in time to toast the bride and the groom.
I'm glad. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful, joyous occasion.
Would you like to come with me?
That sounded like I was fishing for an invitation.
Oh, no, not at all, but I'd be delighted to have you join us.
Well, no. I want to stop by the hospital and check on Christine.
Okay. I'm going to go by later on and see how she is. That is, assuming she'll speak to me.
I'm sure she will.
Well, I don't know. That's that fine line we were talking about before. She may welcome me with open arms. On the other hand, she may very well not want to have anything at all to do with me.
What do you think?
I think this is about the first wedding around here that's going off without a hitch in a long time. Maybe it's some kind of a omen, huh? Maybe that means we're destined to have a lifetime of happiness.
Well, maybe that's not just because I kept trying to marry all the wrong people.
Oh. Well, do you think you got it right now?
I think I got it perfect.
Here you go, Wanda.
Oh, why do I always cry like such a baby at weddings?
Because you're a gentle, caring woman who deserves a wedding of her own.
Oh, that's the sick and mysterious thing you said to me today. What is going on with you?
Don't Sammy and I get to walk down the aisle with everybody else?
I'm afraid not, Julie.
What are you, Jeff?
Would I interest you in renewing our vows?
Does that entitle us to another honeymoon?
You bet.
I'm interested.
What's wrong, Herb?
Oh, just thinking about Cassie and Rob. A few weeks ago, they were making wedding plans of their own. Today, they sat at opposite ends of the church.
Have you talked to her about it?
Sure. See how far it got me.
Well, maybe they'll see how happy Gordon and Tina are, and it'll inspire them to try again.
More mouse.
I don't know about you, but I'd say this was certainly worth the trip.
Are you kidding? I'd have gone halfway around the world to see the look of happiness on Tina's face before it slipped that ring on her finger.
Christine?
Thank you.
Are you sure? No problem.
Excuse me, nurse. Hello again. Do you know when Christine would be back?
Back?
If she's not there, have they taken her somewhere for tests?
Oh, Lord, she's run off in spite of what I told her.
What do you mean, run off?
Listen, she's probably still in the hospital. I'm gonna go check with security, and then I'll come back here. Just a minute now.
Leo. What are you doing here?
I have been looking for you.
Where is she? What have you done with her?
What are you talking about?
You said that she and I were expendable. Now she's disappeared. What have you done with my daughter?
Candy? Candy, we're back. She must have taken a walk around the grounds again.
You mean we made a special stop and she's not even here?
I'm sorry. I just thought it would be nice if we could get her to change her mind and come to the reception.
It's okay. She probably has reasons for not wanting to be there. So come on, let's go back.
Oh, that's probably her. It's unlocked. Come in.
Christine, what the hell are you doing? Shouldn't you be in the hospital?
I had to get out of there.
What do you mean, get out of there? They don't know you're gone?
I'm sure they do by now.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I have to sit down.
Can I get you something?
No, thank you. I really need to talk to you.
Well, we should get over to the
It's about
reception.
your mother, isn't it?
I decided to take your advice.
What advice?
Well, I told her that she should talk to you about her situation with Viki, seeing as how it's real similar to what happened with your mother. Remember?
That's why I came over here. I understand if you don't have the time right now, but, I really need to talk to you.
Listen, I'm gonna head back up to Llanfair. I'll see you there, okay?
Okay, sure.
Mary Lynn is a pretty good listener, and every once in a while she can give some pretty good advice. So take care, okay? Yeah. See ya.
You're thinking about running away as far as you can, aren't you?
How'd you know?
Because that's the first thing that I wanted to do when I found out my father had been lying to me all those years.
I think that's what hurts the most.
Oh, believe me, I went through a lot of pain myself. I can't tell you how many fights I had with my father and with my mother. I mean, my mom knew about me. It's not like Viki intentionally stayed away from you.
I realize that. It doesn't make it any easier for me. I don't know how to act towards her.
I know exactly what you're going through, but you can't run away from it. You have to face it head on. I finally did, and it was worth all the pain that I went through. Because in the end, I wound up with a mother who truly loved me. And even though our time together was cut short, it gave me the chance to build up a lot of wonderful memories that I will cherish forever. And now you've been given that chance. And isn't it worth a little pain to build up a few memories of your own?
Look, Candy, I don't think I should...
I knew it. I knew it. That stupid assistant has moved the cake and left it unguarded.
What are you so worried about the cake for? Shouldn't you be more concerned about the fireworks?
What fireworks?
You know, the display you had planned for the reception, the one you needed my watch for.
Oh, yes, of course, the fireworks. Well, you see, the wedding cake is all part of the show.
It is?
Yes, because, when the bride cuts the cake, that's when the fireworks begin.
You put them in the cake?
Oh, don't be silly. Of course not. It's just that cutting the cake is, like a signal.
Oh, you mean like when the stage manager gives Mary Lynn her cue to start her scenes?
Exactly. And now you can see why it is vitally important that nothing happens to this cake.
Sure.
And so will you do me the favor I asked you to and look after it, please?
Well, I'll do what I can. But right now, I got to get back outside and park some cars.
That's perfect. Perfect. The detonator is in just the right place. So that when Tina makes her cut, the cake will go boom.
Oh, hello. I'm Victoria Buchanan. I'm Tina's sister. You must be the very first guest to arrive. Unfortunately, I missed the entire ceremony. Tell me, how did it go?
Michael, I swear, if you've harmed Christine in any way...
I haven't touched her. They've probably just taken her out to run some tests.
No, they haven't. I just asked the nurse. She's as concerned as I am.
Well, she'd better be around here somewhere, Leo. Now that she's reconciled with her mother, Christine is more valuable than ever.
Oh, dear God, what if she really has run away? Oh, I can't take this anymore, Michael. My nerves are a wreck.
Damn it, Leo. Pull yourself together. Now, you find Christine, and then you get back to work on the dig.
I've spent all my spare time up on that blasted Llantano Mountain. I promise you there's nothing there.
Dig deeper.
Please, Michael, I beg of you. I'll give you back every cent. I promise I won't say a word about this to anyone, but you've got to let me and Christine leave and forget this ever happened. I can't be a part of this any longer.
Like it or not, Mr. Cromwell, You are in this until the bitter end.
Was it a lovely ceremony?
Oh, yes. I cried all the way through it. The brides look beautiful, especially Tina.
You know, I can't quite place you, but you look so familiar to me. I'm sure we've met. Are you a friend of Tina's?
Mom! You're
Karen! Hi, darlings. Oh, let me look at you. Oh, you look so wonderful.
Mom,
both
you missed
of you.
a great wedding.
I did.
The priest had to keep on going back and forth with Cora, Tina, and Grandpa and Renee. I don't know how he did it. He did a great job carrying the rings, though.
You did, huh?
Yeah, but this is the last time I'm going to be ring bearer.
It is?
Yeah, but Grandpa promised.
Why?
Because I'm getting too old to carry around that frilly pillow.
Oh, you know, okay, you're absolutely right. This is the very last time as ring bearer for you.
Come on, Joey, let's go get something to eat.
Aaron, thank you. Oh, you look beautiful. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Oh, Tina. Darling, you look good. Did you get married?
Yes, I did.
For real? Did you get married?
Oh, I'm so happy you made it for the reception.
Congratulations, darling. And I'm so sorry that I wasn't here, but I heard that it was wonderful. Yes, it was. From who? Oh, from the, well, wherever she went. Darling, what took you so long? We've been a little bit worried about you. Well, you know, the plane was delayed, and we had to circle the airport, and...
Well, did you meet up with Nikki's friend?
More importantly, did you find anything out? You know something? I promise you I'll tell you everything after the reception, okay? But this is a time for us to celebrate happiness, present and future, okay?
What did Larry take off to so fast?
I think he's outside with some of the guests.
Herb, do me a favor, hunt him down. I'm gonna make a toast before dinner, and I don't like to play to a small audience.
I'll go find him.
Thank you.
This cake sure looks good, huh, Joey? I don't think we should taste it until it's officially cut by the bride. I don't think anybody will notice if we just take a little hunk off the bottom, right?
Hey, you pesky pastry rustlers, that's for after dinner.
Yeah, but I'm hungry.
Yeah, well, if Aunt Tina catches you digging into the bottom of her cake, it's going to be bread and water for about a week for you guys. Now, go ahead. Get out of here.
Okay.
Get.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please.
Everybody quiet.
Your attention, please. I thank you. First of all, does everybody have a glass of champagne in their hand?
Yes.
Good.
You two don't need it.
I would like to propose a very special toast. The reason I say it's special, because it's not very often a man is surrounded by a loving wife, a loving family, and friends who have made this the happiest day of my life. When my granddad, Buck Buchanan, married Blaze, they started a family, which was destined to share joy and heartache. Through it all, we survived. God's help, today, the Buchanans will still survive and continue to be a family that shows no bounds of its love. To you all, cheers.
Everybody, excuse me, as best man, I would like to propose a toast to the grooms. Maybe I should say a roast. To Cordero Roberts. Now, this is a young man with nerves of steel who asked me just before the ceremony if I would be kind enough to cue him if he forgot what to say. Cord, wish you a lifetime of happiness with the lady of your dreams, and may you never be at a loss for words.
Here.
And to Mr. Asa Buchanan, who just before this ceremony decided that he would settle down and watch an old Super Bowl game on videotape. I wish you all the happiness that you so richly deserve, Pa. And may your lovely new bride never be subjected to the Giants and the Broncos if you finally have a little spare time on your hands. To both the happy couples, may you always have walls for the wind, a roof for the rain, a warm cup by the fire, laughter to cheer you, and the ones you love near you, and all that your hearts desire.
Oh, that's
God bless.
lovely.